So it turns out Elemental is not a flop. My mistake. I had forgotten all about Elemental. It came out the gate to a dismal $30 million opening, the worst opening for a Pixar movie ever. I'd completely written the movie off, but a couple of days ago, someone left a comment saying that my video didn't age well. I asked what they were talking about, and they answered. They claimed Elemental made its money back, so I checked, and the commenter was right. From The Hollywood Reporter, quote, Elemental has weathered the storm. The Pixar movie cleared the $400 million mark at the global box office on Tuesday, becoming the first Hollywood animated movie based on an original IP to do so since before the pandemic. Elemental finished Tuesday with a domestic tally of $146.2 million and $257.5 million overseas, for a worldwide total of $403.7 million. The article is a little over a week old, so the numbers have changed. Currently, Elemental sits at $149 million domestically and $274 million overseas. It's actually done the best in South Korea, bringing in $48 million. So, I was wrong about this one. I was certain it was going to tank, but as you can see from the weekly draw, it kept drawing an audience. I still have no idea who they are. None of the articles I found got into exactly who went to see the movie, or why they didn't turn up for the opening weekend. Elemental opened alongside The Flash, and the Spider-Verse movie had been out for 3 weeks, so it's not like it had any competition. Something brought people to the theaters after that terrible opening. I have no idea what it is. I can partially explain the success in South Korea, and that's due to the director being Korean, and this being highlighted in the late marketing around the film. Maybe that's why people showed up in the States as well. I can't even begin to guess. Like I said in my original video, it didn't seem like the story connected with the audience, but apparently, I was wrong. That said, the $423 million gross doesn't exactly make Elemental a hit. The movie cost $200 million to make, and it's not clear how much was spent on marketing. The movie is definitely profitable. It made its money back, but it's not the payday Disney was looking for. Now, out of curiosity, I checked to see if Ruby Gillman, Teenage Kraken made a comeback too, and no, it's a crash and burn. It's sitting at about $42 million globally. Of the two movies, I would have expected Ruby Gillman to be the more successful. It's wild that both movies tanked on opening weekend, but one recovered while the other stagnated. How unexpected. Speaking of unexpected, how could I talk about box office numbers and not bring up the pink elephant in the room? Barbie cracked $1 billion, setting the record for the highest grossing film for a female director domestically, beating out Captain Marvel. Sticking with the US box office, it's the highest grossing comedy movie, it's Warner Bros.' second most successful film after The Dark Knight, and currently the second highest grossing film of the year after Mario. If the numbers hold up, and it looks like they will, Barbie will be the highest grossing film for a female director ever, Warner Bros.' top film domestically, and the highest grossing film of the year domestically. There's even a slim chance it might beat Mario for the highest grossing film of the year globally, but I don't know if Barbie can come up with another $300 million to beat Mario's $1.36 billion. That said, it has been interesting watching the shifting narrative around the Barbie film. The "they tricked us with the marketing" narrative failed, and honestly doesn't begin to explain the $1 billion turnout. I know the usual suspects think everyone who doesn't agree with them and their politics are the dumbest creatures to ever walk the earth, but ain't that many people been tricked into seeing Barbie. There also ain't that many people who hate or spite watch the movie either. Barbie isn't tied to any film franchise, and it's not part of some cinematic universe. Yet, because you know Mattel's gonna pump out more movies after this. No, I think it made bank because, wait for it, people wanted to see the movie. I know. That doesn't fit the narrative, so now the cultural war critics are trying to find some way to spin this into a new anti-woke narrative instead of just admitting they got this one wrong. It's easy. I just did it. I thought Elemental would flop. Turned out it made its money back. My mistake. They thought Barbie would bomb. Turned out to be a massive hit. And nobody cared about the narrative. It's not that big of a deal to admit you made a mistake. But what do I know? I'm just some guy.